The world tells you to chase motivation, to wait for a fleeting spark to ignite your dreams. But motivation is a fickle flame, flickering out when the winds of doubt blow. You don't need motivation, you need purpose, a fire so fierce it burns through every obstacle, every fear, every excuse. Purpose is the anchor that holds you steady, the blaze that lights your path, the force that makes you unstoppable. Napoleon Hill, the relentless seeker of human triumph, studied those who changed the world: Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Lincoln, men who didn't wait for inspiration. They were driven by a deeper why, a fire in their souls that no storm could extinguish. You stand at the crossroads of your own destiny, the choice before you clear. Will you drift, chasing fleeting sparks, or will you forge a purpose so powerful it reshapes your life? The answer lies not in fleeting feelings, but in the fire you choose to kindle within. You don't need motivation, you need purpose and fire, and the time to ignite them is now. Your mind is a forge, a molten crucible where every thought is shaped into destiny or despair. Hill taught that the mind is the starting point of all achievement, but it is also the breeding ground of all stagnation. Most people wait for motivation, letting their minds become battlegrounds for doubt and indecision. Your thoughts are not neutral, they are architects, building either empires or prisons. Picture a volcano, its core alive with molten fire, ready to erupt and reshape the earth. Your mind is that volcano. Fuel it with purpose, channel it with belief, and it will forge a legacy that nothing can stop. But let it grow cold, let it be choked by fear or hesitation, and it will harden into regret. To ignite your purpose, you must master your mind, choosing thoughts that burn with conviction, not those that smolder with excuses. Act as if you are already driven by a fire that no wind can extinguish, and your mind will become the crucible of your greatness. Belief is the spark that lights the forge. It is not a timid hope or a fleeting wish, it is a blaze, a defiant conviction that you are destined for more. Hill called it faith, not in some distant deity, but in the infinite potential within you. The world will try to douse this fire, whispering, "You're not enough. You've failed before. It's too late." Most people listen, waiting for motivation to silence these doubts. But look at those who burned with purpose. Abraham Lincoln, mocked as a nobody, believed he could lead a nation through its darkest hour. Walt Disney, bankrupt and broken, believed in a mouse that would charm the world. They were not born with crowns, they forged them by believing they deserved to wear them. Belief is not about ignoring your fears, it is about seeing the truth beyond them. It is standing in the ashes of your past and seeing a future of triumph. To ignite your fire, you must forge a belief so fierce it drowns out the world's noise, acting as if you are already the person whose purpose cannot be shaken. Clarity is the lens that sharpens belief into purpose. Without it, you are a wanderer, lost in a fog of indecision, chasing fleeting bursts of motivation. Most people drift, pursuing vague desires or the approval of others, never defining their true why. Hill taught that desire is the spark of all achievement, but desire without direction is a wildfire, beautiful, but destructive. Picture your life as a vast, uncharted sea. Which star will you sail toward? Not the one society points to, not the one fear permits, but the one that sets your soul ablaze. Clarity is not a gift, it is a conquest, won by interrogating your heart. What is your purpose? Not just success, but the life it enables: freedom, impact, legacy. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let the answers cut through the fog like a lighthouse. Clarity is not a single epiphany, it is a fire, built question by question, choice by choice, until your path burns as bright as the dawn. Act as if you already know your why, and let it guide you like a star through the darkest nights. Vision is clarity's air, the blueprint of your fire. It is not enough to know your purpose, you must see it, feel it, live it in your bones. Most people falter, their visions dimmed by the need for motivation, settling for dreams too small to demand their all. Vision is the architect's plan, the sculptor's sketch, the composer's melody before the first note. Andrew Carnegie did not just want wealth, he saw steel bridges spanning rivers, factories humming with life, a nation transformed. His vision was so vivid it pulled him through betrayal and hardship. Your vision must be just as real. Close your eyes. See the life your purpose demands, not the one you've settled for, but the one that makes your heart thunder. See the impact you'll create, the freedom you'll claim, the legacy you'll leave. Write it down. Speak it into existence. Let it become a flame that no doubt can extinguish. Act as if you are already the person whose vision burns so brightly it lights the world, and reality will bend to your will. Purpose is the fire that fuels your vision. It is the why that makes the how possible. Motivation fades, but purpose endures, a relentless force that pulls you through the pain of effort. Most people falter, chasing fleeting pleasures or external validation, never finding a reason to endure. Purpose is not a lofty ideal, it is a force, a North Star guiding you through the darkness. Viktor Frankl, who survived Auschwitz, said that those who found meaning could endure anything. Your purpose need not be grand, it need only be yours. It might be to inspire others, to build something that lasts, to prove to yourself what's possible. Hill studied Henry Ford, who did not just build cars, he built a legacy of progress, a world where movement was freedom. Ford's purpose was not profit, it was possibility. Find your why. Let it be the heartbeat of your journey, the fire that carries you further than talent or luck. Act as if you are already driven by a purpose so fierce it cannot be extinguished, and let it anchor every step you take. Discipline is the steel that holds purpose in place. Motivation is a spark, discipline is the forge that keeps the fire burning. Most people wait for inspiration, surrendering to the whims of their feelings. Discipline is saying no to that temptation, showing up when you're tired, when you're afraid, when the world is silent. Hill marveled at Thomas Edison, who worked through 10,000 failures to invent the light bulb. Edison's genius was not inborn, it was forged by discipline. You are not your feelings. You are not your fatigue. You are your choices. Discipline is choosing to act when every fiber craves ease, acting as if you are already the person whose purpose cannot be swayed. It is the daily deposit in the bank of your future self, the unwavering vow that you will not betray your fire. To ignite your purpose, you must build habits that reflect the person you're becoming, habits of focus, effort, and resolve, day by day, in the silence where no one watches. Action is discipline's child, the tangible proof of your fire. Motivation tempts you to wait for the perfect moment, but waiting is the thief of destiny. Most people falter, paralyzed by the need for inspiration, never taking the first step. Action is not perfection, it is motion. The world rewards the bold, not the flawless. Hill's philosophy was about creating the moment, not waiting for it. Edison did not wait for the light bulb to invent itself, he tried, failed, adjusted, tried again. Each failure was a step, each step a victory. What is your next step? Not the grand leap, but the one action you can take today to act as if your purpose is unstoppable. Take it. Then take another. Momentum is a force of nature, and it begins with a single push. Action is the bridge between your mind and the world, the moment your vision takes root in reality. Act as if you are already the person who moves without waiting, and courage will follow. Gratitude is the quiet power that keeps your fire burning. It is not a shallow platitude, it is a lens, a way of seeing that transforms struggle into strength. Hill believed that gratitude aligned the mind with abundance, tuning it to opportunity rather than lack. Most people focus on what they lack, extinguishing their fire with resentment. Look around you. The breath in your lungs, the chance to try again, the lessons carved into your failures, they are treasures. Andrew Carnegie, at the height of his wealth, said his greatest riches were his ability to appreciate what he had. Gratitude does not erase hardship, it gives you the strength to face it. It reminds you that you are not a victim of your journey, you are its master. In the moments when the path feels steep, pause. Breathe. Find one thing, no matter how small, that anchors you to hope. Let it ground you, and then keep moving. Act as if you are already the person who finds gratitude in the struggle, and let it fuel your fire without wavering. Adaptability is the wind that keeps your fire blazing through life's storms. The world is not a steady flame, it is a tempest, shifting with challenges, setbacks, and unexpected turns. Most people falter, clinging to rigid plans or fleeting bursts of motivation, hoping for calm waters that never come. But those who ignite their purpose embrace change as a blacksmith embraces heat, forging strength from chaos. Napoleon Hill's contemporaries, like John D. Rockefeller, burned brightly not because they avoided disruption, but because they thrived in it. When markets shifted, when rivals rose, they pivoted, innovated, endured. Darwin did not say the strongest survive, he said the most adaptable do. Your purpose will demand you evolve, your strategies will fail, your expectations will shatter. That is not defeat, it is the crucible of your fire. Learn from it. Adjust. Keep moving. The person driven by purpose is not rigid, they are fluid, like a flame dancing through the wind. Adaptability is not compromise, it is mastery, the bold resolve to shape your path no matter the storm. Act as if you are already the one who bends without breaking, and the world will bow to your fire. Resilience is adaptability's twin, the unyielding refusal to let the storms extinguish your flame. The path to a purpose-driven life is fraught with trials, failures, rejections, moments of crushing doubt that threaten to douse your fire. Most people crumble, believing these setbacks mark the end, waiting for motivation to reignite them. But resilience is the choice to burn brighter, to act as if you are already the person who rises through the ashes. Hill taught that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent benefit, a hidden spark waiting to be kindled. Abraham Lincoln faced relentless loss, elections, loved ones, a nation at war, yet he rose, again and again, because his purpose was his fuel. Your scars are not embers of defeat, they are proof of your fire's endurance. Look at the struggles you faced, the doubts you've silenced, the moments you thought you couldn't go on. They are not your end, they are your forge. Find the seed in your hardships. Nurture it. Let it fuel you. The world respects those who rise, not those who never fall. To ignite your purpose, you must decide that no storm, no matter how fierce, will snuff out your fire. Learning is the oxygen that feeds resilience. The person driven by purpose is not static, they are a student, ever growing, ever burning. Most people stagnate, fearing the effort of growth or relying on fleeting motivation to push them forward. Hill spent decades studying the successful Edison, Carnegie, Ford, not to idolize them, but to dissect their methods. He was a student until the end, and so must you be. Learning is not a task, it is a rebellion against mediocrity, a refusal to let ignorance dim your flame. Read. Listen. Question. Seek mentors, not to follow blindly, but to stand on their shoulders. Thomas Edison's genius was not a gift, it was kindled, experiment by experiment, book by book. The world is a classroom, and every experience is a lesson. Failures teach more than successes. Critics sharpen more than compliments. Embrace them. Let them refine you. Act as if you are already the person who craves growth, who sees every lesson as a spark to fuel their fire. The universe opens its secrets to those who learn with relentless hunger. Courage is the heartbeat of learning. It is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act in spite of it. The world amplifies fear, whispering that the path to your purpose is too steep, the risks too great. Most people wait, paralyzed by this voice, hoping motivation will silence it. But courage is the fire that burns through fear, the decision to act as if you are already the person who conquers. Hill studied men like Henry Ford, who faced ridicule for his horseless carriage, yet pressed forward, undeterred by the world's laughter. Courage is not a feeling, it is a vow, a commitment to move even when your heart races. J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers, could have buried her manuscript. Instead, she acted as if she were already the author who would change the world, and that courage birthed Harry Potter, a phenomenon that enchanted millions. Your courage is your power. Act, and fear will bow. Move, and the path will appear. To ignite your purpose, you must act, not when fear fades, but in defiance of it, as if you are already the warrior whose fire cannot be quenched. Auto-suggestion is the silent bellows that stokes your courage. Hill taught that the subconscious mind is a fertile garden, and every thought you plant takes root. Most people let their minds grow wild, overrun by weeds of doubt and hesitation, waiting for motivation to clear the soil. Autosuggestion is not wishful thinking, it is a deliberate act of planting the seeds of your purpose. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty and pain, could have believed she was nothing. Instead, she spoke a different truth. She stood before mirrors, before empty rooms, and declared her worth. "I am destined for greatness," she told herself, and her mind listened. That belief carried her from a small-town newsroom to a global empire. You are the gardener of your soul. Speak to yourself with conviction. Write your purpose in bold letters. Say, "I am capable. I am unstoppable. My fire burns eternal." Let those words sink into your core. They are not empty, they are the fuel of your transformation. Act as if you are already the person whose mind is a fortress, and your fire will blaze through any darkness. Mastermind alliances are the kindling that amplifies your fire. You'll believe that no one ignites their purpose alone. Your vision is a flame, but it burns brighter when surrounded by others who share your heat. Most people surround themselves with doubters, with voices that dim their spark, fearing the effort of seeking better company. A mastermind is not a casual gathering, it is a coalition of minds, a circle of dreamers who challenge you, sharpen you, lift you higher. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with advisors who were smarter than he was. He did not fear their brilliance, he harnessed it, building an empire that transformed a nation. Look at your circle. Are they anchors or wings? Do they douse your fire or fan it into a blaze? Seek those who see your purpose, who hold you accountable, who refuse to let you settle. Steve Jobs did not build Apple alone, he had Wozniak, designers, visionaries who shared his dream. Your mastermind might be mentors, peers, even the wisdom of books. Act as if you are already the person who builds alliances that fuel their fire, and let them carry you to heights you cannot reach alone. Sacrifice is the price of your fire's endurance. Purpose demands a trade, a willing exchange of comfort for conquest. Most people flinch, unwilling to let go of the familiar, believing they can ignite their purpose without cost. Hill studied men like Thomas Edison, who sacrificed sleep, security, and approval to chase his vision. Sacrifice is not loss, it is investment. Serena Williams sacrificed parties, rest, the carefree life of youth to train, to compete, to win. She acted as if she were already a legend, and it made her one. What are you willing to give up? The late night scrolling? The toxic relationships that drain your soul? The fear of being seen? Sacrifice is not punishment, it is power. Every no to the trivial is a yes to your purpose. Act as if you are already the person who pays the price without hesitation, and the universe will reward your resolve with the strength to burn brighter. Time is the fuel that sustains your fire. The world tempts you to waste it, stealing your hours with distractions, procrastination, and the demands of others. Most people let it slip away, their purpose fading with every wasted moment. Hill warned that drifting, living without purpose, is the greatest tragedy of all. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Marie Curie, toiling in a freezing shed, discovered radium because she treated time like gold. She acted as if every moment mattered, and it changed the world. Audit your days. Where does your time go? Does it serve your purpose, or does it betray it? Cut what does not matter. Protect your hours like a fortress. Time is not your enemy, it is your kindling, and every moment is a chance to stoke your fire. Act as if each second is a step toward your destiny, and let your purpose burn with unrelenting intensity. Persistence is the relentless pulse of your fire. The journey to a purpose-driven life is not a sprint, it is a marathon, demanding you keep burning through setbacks, doubts, and exhaustion. Most people falter, waiting for motivation to rekindle their drive. Hill called persistence the sustained effort that builds faith, the refusal to let obstacles douse your flame. Elon Musk watched his first rockets explode, his companies teeter on the edge of collapse. Yet he persisted, acting as if he were already the visionary who would change the world. Persistence is not about never falling, it is about rising every time you do. The world will slam doors in your face, laugh at your ambition, tempt you to quit. But persistence is the voice that says, not today. It is the courage to knock on one more door, to take one more step, to act as if the next attempt will be the one that sets your purpose ablaze. Keep burning, your resolve a thunder that shakes the earth. Faith is the invisible ember that keeps your purpose alight. It is not a fleeting wish, but a blazing conviction that your purpose is not just possible, it is your destiny. The world will try to smother this ember, whispering that your struggles are too heavy, your dreams too vast, your fire too small. Most people falter, letting doubt douse their flame, waiting for motivation to reignite it. Napoleon Hill described faith as a state of mind, a belief so fierce it aligns the universe to your will. Nelson Mandela, locked in a cell for 27 years, did not just hope for a free South Africa, he acted as if he were already the leader who would forge it. That faith sustained him through darkness, isolation, and despair. Your faith must be just as unyielding. It is not about ignoring the storms, it is about knowing your fire is stronger. Faith is the whisper that says, this is not the end. It is the courage to act as if your purpose is inevitable, even when the world doubts you. Write your destiny on your heart. Carry it like a torch. Let it blaze through the shadows. To burn with purpose, you must believe, not with hesitation, but with the ferocity of a warrior claiming their birthright. Imagination is the forge where faith takes form. Hill taught that the imagination is where all plans are kindled, where your purpose takes shape before it lights the world. Most people cage their imagination, believing their reality is fixed, their limits set, waiting for motivation to spark their dreams. There are two kinds of imagination: synthetic, which reshapes existing ideas, and creative, which taps into the infinite intelligence of the universe. Walt Disney was a master of both. Bankrupt, mocked, told his dreams were childish, he acted as if he were already the visionary who would bring joy to millions. He saw castles, characters, entire kingdoms before a single brick was laid. Disneyland was not built with money, it was built with imagination. Your mind is the same forge. Close your eyes. See the life your purpose demands, not the one you've settled for, but the one that sets your soul ablaze. See the impact you'll create, the freedom you'll claim, the legacy you'll leave. Let that image stoke your fire. The world cannot resist a mind that dares to dream without limits. Act as if you are already the person whose imagination burns so brightly it reshapes reality. Influence is the spark that spreads your fire. Your purpose is not a solitary flame, it is a beacon, capable of igniting others. Most people focus only on their own journey, never realizing their power to inspire, waiting for motivation to fuel their impact. Hill's mastermind principle was not just about receiving support, but about giving it, creating a cycle of growth that multiplies. Malala Yousafzai, a girl shot for daring to learn, acted as if she were already the voice of a generation. She turned her pain into a global movement for education, not because she sought fame, but because she sought change. Your influence is your power to shift the world. It is the kind word that saves a stranger, the idea that sparks a revolution, the example that shows others they too can burn with purpose. You are not here to hoard your fire, you are here to share it. Who will you lift? What will you start? The world is not changed by those who wait for inspiration, it is changed by those who act, who inspire, who let their purpose blaze without restraint. Commitment is the bellows that keeps your fire roaring. It is the unwavering resolve to live your purpose, no matter the cost, no matter the storm. The world tempts you to waver, to chase fleeting distractions, to dim your flame for the sake of ease. Most people falter, their purpose fading under the weight of indecision. Hill studied men like John D. Rockefeller, who faced vilification, betrayal, and chaos, yet acted as if he were already the titan who would reshape industry and philanthropy. Commitment is not a feeling, it is a vow, a promise you make to yourself when the path grows dark. Maya Angelou, who rose from trauma to become a voice for millions, acted as if she were already the beacon who would lift others. Your commitment is your anchor. It is the voice that says, I will not quit. It is the fire that burns when all else fades. Make your vow. Write it in stone. Let it guide you through the tempests. Act as if you are already the person whose purpose cannot be extinguished, and let your commitment fuel your fire. Joy is the unexpected warmth of your commitment. A purpose-driven life is not a grim march, it is a dance, a celebration of the fire you've kindled. Most people see struggle as punishment, draining the light from their journey, waiting for motivation to restore it. Hill believed that a positive mental attitude was the key to unlocking opportunity. Joy is not the absence of hardship, it is the choice to find meaning in it. Walt Disney, battered by bankruptcy and betrayal, never lost his childlike wonder. He acted as if he were already the creator of worlds, and that joy built an empire. Your journey will be steep. There will be nights when doubt weighs like iron, days when the storms threaten to overwhelm you. But in those moments, seek joy. Find it in the small victories, the step you took, the fear you faced, the purpose you held fast. Joy is the warmth that keeps your fire burning. It is the reminder that you are not just enduring, you are thriving, sculpting a life that sings with meaning. Act as if you are already the person who finds joy in the struggle, and let it blaze through every challenge. Connection is the heartbeat of joy. Your purpose is not a solitary spark, it is a fire that grows brighter when shared. Most people isolate themselves, believing they must burn alone to prove their worth, waiting for motivation to connect. Hill's philosophy was rooted in the power of connection, the idea that we rise together or fall apart. Martin Luther King Jr. did not dream alone. He acted as if he were already the leader of a movement, standing with thousands, marching with millions, speaking for those whose voices were silenced. His purpose was amplified by connection, by the hands he held, the hearts he moved. Seek your tribe. Find those who see your fire and fan it, who challenge you to burn brighter, who remind you of your purpose when doubt creeps in. Connection is not weakness, it is strength. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to share your dreams, to ask for help. You are not diminished by others, you are magnified. Act as if you are already the person who builds bridges, not walls, and watch your fire spread. Humility is the quiet guardian of connection. It is not self-doubt, but the recognition that your purpose is part of a larger flame. Most people let pride dim their fire, refusing to learn from others, believing they must stand above to shine. Hill taught that the most successful were those who listened to mentors, critics, even adversaries. Humility kept Andrew Carnegie grounded as he built his empire, kept Thomas Edison curious as he chased the impossible. It is the willingness to say, "I don't know, but I will learn." The world is a chorus of voices, some will cheer, some will condemn. Humility lets you hear them all without losing your way. It reminds you that your purpose is not above others, but beside them. Stay humble, not to dim your fire, but to let it burn brighter. Act as if you are already the one who serves, who lifts others as they rise, and your purpose will grow without bounds. Infinite intelligence is the unseen spark that fuels your humility. Hill believed that the mind is a receiver, capable of tapping into a universal reservoir of wisdom and inspiration. Most people never listen, too caught in the noise of their doubts, waiting for motivation to guide them. This is not mysticism, it is the ember of creation that pulses through every inventor, every dreamer. Marie Curie did not discover radium by chance. She acted as if she were already the scientist who would change the world, tuning her mind to the frequency of possibility. You have the same access. In the quiet moments, when you silence the world's clamor, you can feel it, a whisper, a vision, a truth that burns brighter than doubt. Trust it. Nurture it. Let it guide you. Infinite intelligence is the wind that feeds your fire, the compass in your hand. Act as if you are already the person who receives these gifts, and the universe will kindle your purpose with secrets beyond imagination. Legacy is the fire you leave burning in the world. Your purpose is not just a flame for today, it is a beacon for tomorrow, a blaze that outlives you. Most people chase fleeting sparks, measuring their worth in temporary triumphs. Hill believed that true greatness is achieved in service to something larger. Maya Angelou did not just write, she acted as if she were already the voice of generations. Her words, her courage, her refusal to be silenced lifted millions. She said, "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Your legacy is the warmth you leave behind. It is the lives you touch, the hearts you ignite, the dreams that burn because you dared to live your purpose. Ask yourself, what fire will you leave? Not for your ego, but for the world. Your purpose is not complete until it sets others ablaze. Now, stand in the heart of your fire. Look back at the doubts you've burned, the fears you've conquered, the steps you've taken to ignite your purpose. They are not accidents. They are the forge that shaped you. You are not the person who stood waiting for motivation. You are a force, a creator, a flame. The world is not the same because you chose to burn. But this is not the end, it is the beginning. Your purpose is not a spark to hoard, but a fire to share. You are here to build, to inspire, to leave a blaze that echoes through time. The storms were fierce, but your fire is fiercer. The doubts were loud, but your purpose is louder. Close your eyes. See the life your purpose demands, not the one you've settled for, but the one you were born to live. See the impact you'll create, the freedom you'll claim, the legacy you'll leave. Feel the heat of your fire, the weight of your resolve, the pulse of your destiny. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not when motivation strikes, but now. The clock is ticking, not to limit you, but to remind you, you have everything you need. Your mind is the forge, your belief the flame, your actions the hammer. What will you create? Step forward. You don't need motivation, you need purpose and fire. Claim your greatness with every breath, every choice, every step. The world is not waiting for you to feel ready, it is waiting for you to burn. You are not here to drift, to doubt, to fade. You are here to rise, to create, to blaze. Go now. Set the world alight with your fire. Your time is now.